Hey guys, it's Taylor from Sounds of Serenity. I thought that I would show you how I made the recent episode for Sounds of Serenity, The Weeping Swamp. I want to apologize in advance for the video quality. You should still be able to see what's going on. It's just going to be hard to read the text and stuff like that. This is our first time doing something like this, so please subscribe, and let us know down in the comments what you guys think of these kind of videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I always grab some reference pictures or reference videos, anything like that, anything to help me visualize what's going on. I'm a very visual person. So I have these two pictures over here on the right side that I'm going to be using as a reference, kind of building sound around what I see in these images. So usually the first thing I do as far as sound is I'm going to use Crow Studio today. It's awesome plugin. Is I'm going to build the bed, the ambient bed, the backgrounds that are going to be looping throughout the whole episode. So right now you're just going to see me messing around with some of the different settings inside if you're trying to find a sound that I like. So I kind of like the way this sounds right here, so I'm going to stop this and start it over so it erases the other track. Maybe move it around a little bit more. I'm going to stop it, start it again. So I went ahead and fast forwarded through that part, but I let it play for about a minute so I can get some different variation in there. And then I'm just going to drag and drop it onto my timeline, sorry. I'm just going to listen back to it, trim up the beginning and end a little bit so when I loop this, there's no dead spots where the audio drops out. Alright, so I'm just going to go back in here and see what else we can find to help build out the backgrounds. Kratos is awesome. This is not paid. I am not sponsored by them. I just love it. So right here, I'm just dragging this out and looping it and putting a crossfade in, listening back to it. So I think that sounds pretty good. I'm happy with that. Right here, I'm just going to add a few more things from a sound library, just to help build out the background. Just going to go ahead and loop this, add these crossfades in. Just gonna add a few more sound effects to build out this background. Just fill it out a little bit more. I'm just soloing out and adjusting the volume so it sits a little bit better. So I'm kind of happy with how this sounds. I think this is pretty good for the main background ambience. I'm going to start adding sound effects. So I think this would sound pretty cool with some reverb on it. Make it just kind of sit further back, a little bit more eerie. Just using Valhalla Vintage Verb for this. So I'm just going to speed this part up. Right here, I'm just kind of going through, adding more sound effects from different libraries, some of my own, some of them stuff that I've purchased online. Going back to Krotos. So now what I typically do is I kind of got like my backgrounds where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate these a few times to get to the length I need to be, add in some crossfades, things like that. So you can't really hear the transition between the loops. And always sample this. I always do. I listen back to it to make sure, you know, there's no empty spots or no really noticeable spots where you can tell the track has been looped. Right now I'm just consolidating the clips to make it easier when I bounce. So I do most of this in Ableton. Sometimes I do it in Pro Tools, but Ableton just gives me a little bit more creative freedom. So now I'm going to do something similar with like copy pasting some of the sound effects. I tried to do it as random as possible. And now I'm adding more sound effects. Right here I thought it'd be really cool. You could hear I was messing with the panning. So I'm going to go ahead and automate some panning in. Just going to give it a cool like binaural effect. Something that, you know, the listener's ear will definitely like catch, remember, hang on to, and say maybe that's really interesting. Didn't speed this part up just to show you guys this one time like how I kind of went panning back and forth from left to right. And then back to center. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the volume so it sits better with like atmospheric backgrounds, the ambience. So right here, I'm going to record this to basically add a riser behind that voice. So now I'm just going to drag and drop that underneath there. So from here, I'm just gonna add a few more sound effects, add some reverb and stuff, do a few different effects maybe on the different sound clips I have. But stick around. This part is sped up. I want you guys to kind of just see, you know, what's going on. But it was extremely long to have it play at normal speed. There's a little bit more panning going on there. At the end of this, I'm gonna play a short clip of the final audio that was released for the podcast. The Sounds of Serenity podcast is available on all podcast streaming platforms. So wherever you guys listen to your podcast, you'll be able to find Sounds of Serenity. Episodes are released twice a month, sometimes a few more in between. If you guys haven't checked it out, please check it out. Lots of cool ambiences there for TTRPGs, you know, relaxing, sleeping, focusing. We also have a Patreon, subscriber exclusive episodes. Once again, all the links will be down below in the description, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't already done so. So yeah, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us what you guys think about this content, tell us what you think about the podcast. You know, if you guys have any recommendations, please let us know in the comments below. All right, here's a clip of the final released episode. Thanks again for watching.